Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Vo. Welcome to the Registry for Online Banking with Achieva Credit Union. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be starting momentarily. So welcome. My name is Ben Vo. I'm a product manager for Achieva. I've been with the organization since 2016. Just a couple of housekeeping notes here for you for this presentation here. While you are in this seminar, if you need to ask a question or like to ask a question, we can unmute your line by simply raising your hand by clicking the raise hand button on your panel. If you'd rather not speak and ask us a question, you can also submit us a question by clicking questions and then typing your questions, followed by hitting the send button. We will then respond back to you, online to you as well during this webinar. And if for any reason we miss your question during the webinar, we will follow up with an email as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be talking about registering for online banking. Where you can register is on our website, but what you need to be successful is to make sure that you have your account number with you, which is also known as your member number, your social security number, your date of birth, and access to your email and mobile phone that you provided the Achieva, which is in our system. And I'll explain more when we get to that part of the registration. But first, let's get started by clicking register now. And then it'll take you to this screen here where for this webinar, we'll be talking about individual registration. As a business, you can register as well, your business. You can have an account as an individual, and your business, if you own a business, can also have a login to manage your business accounts as well. Now, this option only appears on the desktop as you are not able to register your business for online banking through a mobile app as of yet. So to get started, we click register as an individual. The next screen you will see here is our disclosure. And read through it first, and to move forward, you would have to agree. And then from there, you would click continue. The next page is where you'll have that information. You'll need that information I mentioned earlier in our webinar. Your member number, which is where your account number would be entered, your social security number, and then your date of birth. Once you've entered all that information, you would then click continue. But before you do that, though, if in case you want to know if you entered the information correctly, because as you see here on the screen, all your information is masked or represented as dots, just in case someone's looking over your shoulder, and for privacy reasons, this information is hidden for you. But if you're alone and you feel safe to show this information, click show, and then the information will appear. And once you confirmed all your information is correct, you can then hit the continue button to move on to the next screen. Here's the fun part. This is where you choose your own username. You can choose any username you'd like, but it has to be at least 6 characters. And it has to be something that's not used by anyone else. So it has to be a fresh name, unused by anyone else. So what you do is you type it in and click check availability. And then for this presentation here, we're going to use the name webinar. And then this is where earlier I spoke about how you should have access to your email or your phone. This is where we'll send your temporary password. It's a one-time password they use just for registration. And for this webinar, I'll be using this email address where the temporary password will be sent to. So once you made your selection here where to send your temporary password, you then click continue. I move to the next screen here. And as you recall, I took my email, and this is the email you'll receive from Achieva indicating your temporary password. And what you do from here is type in your temporary password in the next login box here, as you can see below, and then you would click continue. And just note, this password is case sensitive, so where it shows a capital T, this will be a capital T, and this is a lowercase o. Next, after using your temporary password, like as I mentioned, it's a one-time use password, you need to create your own password, create your own password, and these are the rules for your own password. You need at least 8 characters in length, include an uppercase letter and a lowercase letter and 1 number. We, of course, want you to avoid using passwords like password 1, using your name, ABCD, and I love you too. These are not considered very strong passwords. As our suggestion is to use a strong password, which includes a special character. Like, for example, here, excuse me, where the S is replaced by the $sign, the word @ is replaced by the symbol @ and the E in this password is replaced by the number 3. Safe at home is the password in this example. Once you created your strong password, confirm it in the box below, and then click Continue to move to the next screen. The next part of the registration process is selecting security questions, and this is for additional security. You'll choose 3 questions, but when it's time, the system wants to ask you a question, it will only ask you 1 question. It will choose randomly one of these 3 questions that you set. You want to set questions that are not easy for someone else to guess, but easy for you to remember, excuse me. And once you've set those questions, you again choose your question, enter your answer, and then click Continue. And then the next screen, what you'll hear is you'll validate that this is your email address and the time zone. And from here, you click Continue, and now you're done. So this is a quick, easy way to register for online banking. You have the ability to use widgets, and what I'd like to do now is see if there's any questions. And I notice that there are not any questions. Does anybody want to raise their hand to ask any questions in the audience? Well, in that case, with the extra time that we have available for us today here, I'd like to go ahead and ask a poll question for you. And please let me know if you'd like to see a live demo on the mobile or desktop today. So then the poll results are in here. The poll results are 67% of those responded want to see a demo from our desktop. So let me go ahead and move to the desktop screen here to register. And as you see here, I'm on the Achieva website, and if I click Register Now, you'll see this screen pop up. And just in case you want to revisit how to register, we do provide you a video you can play. For our webinar, we'll go ahead and skip the video and continue to registration. Again, I'm going to register as an individual. I'm going to read through the disclosure. I'm a fast reader, so just make sure I agree with everything. And I do. I agree. Click Continue. And now this is where I'm going to quickly enter my information. And here's the part that I'm going to share with everyone. That I just can't hide. But, oh, nope, I'm not quite there yet. Let's see here. And again, just to reiterate, this is how you'd see the information that was entered. In fact, I noticed that there was a mistake there. So let me double check here. Yep, that looks correct now. Now we'll hit Continue. Great. I've registered. I'm going to go ahead and pick a username. I'm going to go ahead and say, let's see, my username. Let's see, that's not a name that I would recommend, but it's for demonstration purposes. And it's, hey, it's available. So I'm going to go ahead and ask. In fact, this time I'm going to go ahead and have the temporary password sent to my phone. I'm going to wait for that text message to come in. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter the temporary password sent to my phone. Oops, mistyped that. Let's try that again. Remember, the password is case sensitive, and I think I may have mistyped that. So we're going to, let's see, try it one more time here. If I mistype it again, I will lock myself out. So let's go ahead and try that again. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and create my password using a special character to make sure that it's a strong password. I'm not going to ask if it's going to save my password. Never want that to happen. So Chrome wants to save my password. I'm going to go ahead pick some questions here. I'm going to go ahead and say, Tom's first job. I'm going to listen. Clearwater. I'm going to go ahead and say, oops, the Fifth Street. And then I'm going to go ahead, favorite childhood sport. I'm going to say, and then from here, spread on and hit continue. Again, here's my personal email address, which the organization has on file in my time zone. Now I'm all set, I'm done. And real briefly here with the extra time here, you can see your accounts that you have, any loans you may have with us, any CDs or certificates. You also have access to bill pay. And we'll dive more in-depthly with some of these features in future webinars. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and log out. And then let's go ahead and return to the presentation. Are there any questions at this point? Any questions what I showed you, anything that, or any questions about Only Make in general that I can answer for you today? I don't see any hands raised, nor do I see any questions submitted in our questions. So with that, if you need any additional help from today, though, you can always still call us at 727-431-7680 or email us at mail@achievacu.com. In upcoming webinars, we'll be discussing is mobile deposits. Now that we all have to stay home, and how do we go ahead and cash our checks? You can do it through our mobile app, and that's an upcoming webinar we're scheduling. Also, as I mentioned earlier, bill pay, set up and managing paying bills, for example, your electric bill or other credit card bills. How to get notifications is, say, for example, here you had a transaction that occurred in your account. Our system can either send you an email or a text to let you know that money's taken out of your account. And if it's something unexpected, you immediately would know and give us a call in case there's fraud in your account. And also different ways that you can use our systems to pay your loan if you have to achieve a loan. So those are upcoming webinars we'll be scheduling and sending out an invitation for you at a later date. So with that, since there are no questions, I want to wish everyone, to stay home, stay safe during these times, and I thank you for being a member. With that, I'll go ahead and conclude today's webinar. Unless there's any questions, I'll leave this open for a couple minutes. Wait a minute, we have a chat, looks like here. So yes, special characters, excuse me here. That's a great question. Thank you, Chelsea, for reminding me. Special characters, again, are like the @ symbol, $, anything that isn't used in a normal word. For example, if you look at Your keyboard is a great place where I find special characters. So, like those characters above your numbers, above the 1, above the 2, above the 3, the characters in which typically have to use the shift key to show on your screen. Those are special characters. So, thank you, everyone. With that being said, I will now conclude today's webinar if there are no other questions and other comments. Again, everyone, for the rest of your day and stay safe. Thank you.